Greetings, this is the Hot Coffee Investor, and today we're going to talk about purchases and reallocation of funds and how everything should be viewed as a reallocation of funds or investment, so that you always remember how money works, and everything has a value, whether or not you can get that value back out or more if you decide to ever sell the item. Is important. So we're gonna talk about cars. Well, we're gonna go for a drive. We're not gonna drive together because I don't drive while talking, because I don't believe in that. Or videoing or being on a phone or something. So we're going to have the conversation while the vehicle warms up, and then that's gonna be that. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to drive our Toyota Celsior today. All right, so reallocation of funds. Now, the way I view reallocation of funds is anything you buy with no intent to sell, but if you do, you can either make your money back on the purchase and enjoy it in the meantime, or, lose as little as possible and then enjoy it in the meantime. And I always view that as an important way to think about spending money, because obviously perishables like food, and stuff like that, you're gonna spend the money, but that's investing in your own health. I view everything in life as spending, and what can I get back out of it, if anything, and if not, is there a reason why I'm spending it? Is it for my personal enjoyment, which I don't spend too much on, to be quite honest, but I do enjoy what I buy. And when I buy, it's something of value, I feel. And then I enjoy it in the meantime. And if it goes up in value, or if someone else thinks it goes up in value more than I do, usually is how it works, then great. And I've been pretty lucky about that. Retro games was a thing. No one cared. No one cared about retro games when I was buying it. And then now it's I guess, a big thing. And it's super valuable. Doesn't mean I'm going to sell at this value. So to me, I'd rather keep them. Same thing with this car. I bought it. It's federally legal. 1995 Toyota Celsior. I bought it for a very reasonable price, and I'm very fortunate for that. And apparently people want to pay 50% more than I paid or more for it. I think I'm 55% positive on it. Am I going to sell it for that? No. So is the value there? If I want it to be, but it's not. And that's how I view every purchase. So if I so choose to, end my enjoyment of this vehicle, which currently is a reallocation of funds, it turns into an investment that pays off. And it'll pay off about 55% of my initial investment. So I will make 55% on my cost basis. And I view everything I buy like that. Am I going to enjoy it? Yes. How long am I going to enjoy it for? I look at it from like a movie standpoint. You're going to spend the money. If you value your time, is it going to be worth your time? Even if your time's not worth a whole lot right now, it might be worth more in the future, and that future value is really what you're playing with. Because I feel people are only productive, and this may be a horrible thing to say, but I doubt it. I feel people are at their most productive and imaginative for production between 24 and 42. those are the ages I feel people are at their most productive. They can produce the most money actively, not passively, actively, to produce passive income. And they can learn the most that way. They're not totally set in their own ways yet, and they're able to learn and adapt and adjust better. And most of that is because they're still learning and learning from their mistakes, and mistakes are important. I view mistakes as an important thing because you can learn from them. If you don't learn from them, then it's not a mistake, it's an error. It's a problem. But the great thing about mistakes is you can learn to not make them again. Or why did it happen? How did it happen? How can it not happen? And you do that with investments too, because you're going to make good investments, you're going to make bad investments, and you're going to make speculative investments that work out and not work out. And speculation is important, but it cannot be the key to your portfolio. And to some people it is, and it works out, but to most it doesn't work out. It only works out for a small amount of people. And just don't get into the whole I must speculate to improve my life and to move forward, because that's just gambling. You might as well buy a lottery ticket. It's about the same odds. That's probably worse odds, but that's an analogy I like to use. I don't believe in gambling with your future. You only have one future, just like you only have one body, one life. So, use it wisely and adjust accordingly. Which comes to why I drive, not super fancy cars. It's a 1995 Toyota Celsior, it's basically a Japanese Lexus LS400s. Nothing crazy. I believe in enjoying the smaller things in life that don't cost a ton. So, stress is a big thing, in life, especially right now. It's been a stressful 2 years, hasn't it? So if you find something that you can do, for me is, going for a short drive, not to show off. It's just, to relax. So you relax, you de-stress yourself, you just go for a cruise. In my case, maybe it's playing video games, although some people stress out about games and get too serious about them. It's a game. It's supposed to be fun, right? So I go for a drive, I de-stress, I relax, and, it improves your health, your heart health, your mind health, it improves your life. If it improves your life, it's not a waste. So, as long as you don't go broke or spend money you don't have to do it. And that's important, So, everyone stay safe. You have a good day. We're going to be doing a video tomorrow because it's the last day of the month, and I'd like to get a good basis to start off our investment channel. But after tomorrow, I'm going to try and do a video on the 1st also of February, because I have dividends coming in on February 2, so I got dividends coming in tomorrow, dividends coming in on the 1st, and I'll have to check to see if I have dividends on other days, but I'd like to start off kind of strong, so the videos may turn out late, but I do have my son next week, so, not going to make too many, but the following week, I promise, we're going to have some videos. So, this is the Hot Coffee Investor, and y'all have a wonderful weekend.